What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime and welcome back to another video. In this video, guys, I am here to bring you all yet again another light novel review, and we are going to be reviewing today the first volume of Re:Zero, Starting Life in Another World by Teppei Nagatsuki. So let's get this started. So a little background information on this novel of Re:Zero right here is that apparently the author, Teppei Nagatsuki, actually ended up writing this novel. He started writing this novel on a website called Let's Become Novelist, and since then it has been serialized and published in Japan, and just recently, we have now finally gotten the first translated novel of Re:Zero, and that is awesome because if anybody has seen the anime, they are definitely going to love these light novels. So for those of you who haven't watched the anime, or maybe you're just looking to get into light novels of Re:Zero, what is Re:Zero about? Re:Zero is about a boy named Subaru Natsuki who ends up being summoned into a medieval fantasy world. So yes, Re:Zero is yet again another one of those series that you are going to find where apparently the main protagonist has been transported to another world. However, the thing about Re:Zero is that we have this average Joe type of character stumbling across into another world into which he has no recollection of previously going to, and no idea on how he ended up getting into this world in the first place. And so what he has to do in order to actually get out of this world is to pretty much simply live it. You see, when you get a premise like that in a series, you know for a fact that the protagonist is eventually going to have to journey in this newfound world that he or she has pretty much stumbled across into, and they're going to have to go through certain situations in order to get out of this newfound world that they wound themselves into, and by the end of the series, they will eventually get out. Now, the thing about Re:Zero, on the other hand, is that Subaru Natsuki, certain things end up preventing him from getting out of this newfound world that he has been thrown into, and that is every time that he dies within this world, he comes back alive and actually has like a set checkpoint as to where he can pick up off after he left off, almost like in a game, for example. But the thing is that these checkpoints are not really that convenient for him. And the biggest thing that keeps Subaru motivated throughout this newfound world that he has been thrown into is when he ends up meeting a beautiful girl by the name of Satella. However, she also has another name, but I'm not really going to give that out because of spoilers. But for those who have seen the anime, I'm pretty sure you know what her true name is. To pretty much summarize this series as of right now, it is about a boy who ends up getting thrown into this medieval fantasy world into which he believes is at first a game or a joke to him, but he then soon realizes that from these events that end up going about within this newfound world that he has been thrown into, he then realizes that this is a living and breathing world with actual people and creatures that could end up killing him. And every action that he makes in this world could end up bringing various consequences that could kill other people or could also end up killing himself in the process as well. So this story right here is not really about a boy that gets thrown into a video game, but more it's like a boy that gets thrown into a world that plays like a video game, but at the same time has RPG-like aspects to it, into which every action that Subaru decides within this world could end up developing the story later down the line. So for those of you who are wondering, the light novel to Re:Zero actually contains about 3 episodes total of Re:Zero's anime. The first 3 episodes of Re:Zero were adapted from its first light novel. Now that can seem kind of low at first compared to other light novels. For instance, Spice and Wolf Volume 1, actually the anime adapted the first 6 episodes from its first light novel, but with ReZero, you actually have 3 episodes worth of content within this light novel. Again, that seems kind of low, but if you have seen the anime to ReZero, you will know that the first episode is pretty much like an hour long. It's like 45 minutes. It's broken up into 2 parts, and then you have 2 other episodes that pretty much showcase episodes 2 through 3. So yeah, just wanted to get that across in case anybody wanted to actually know, how many episodes were actually contained within this light novel of ReZero. So short answer is 3 episodes were adapted. Now when it comes to the artwork for ReZero, the artwork was done by Shinichiro Otsuka, and I gotta say, the illustrations are done really well. You'll be reading like a couple pages within the chapter of the light novel that you are reading of ReZero, and then all of a sudden you're going to come across an illustration, and you're going to be like, damn, that looks sick, So the illustrations are definitely something that I really liked about the light novel, and they were just very pleasant to look at. Now, also what you're going to get in ReZero, you're going to get some concept art of some of the characters, and they also show you little background information on some of the characters as well, like Subaru, Amelia, and Puck, for example, and various other characters who you will stumble across in this first light novel of ReZero as well. And then at the very end of the light novel, you are going to see an afterword that basically talks about the author's personal experience on how ReZero actually became a thing, and you will also see a little page here that actually shows a rough draft of Tappei Nagasuki's original draft of his character designs for Subaru and Amelia. Now, I gotta say, Amelia looks relatively the same. And in fact, Subaru and Amelia look relatively the same within this when it comes to their clothes, because their clothes really haven't changed much. Comparing Subaru to Amelia, though, Amelia looks the same. She looks a little bit more mature, I would say, but when it comes to Subaru, Subaru looks like a complete badass. Again, I can't show you this because of copyright reasons, but Subaru looks like a badass compared to what we know him in the anime. He just looks like a lot more mature and a lot stronger. Like, you don't want to mess with me, the type of look that he's giving off. And even like the text by the author says, if Subaru looked like this, he'd probably be able to fight just fine even in a different world, So I'm glad that we kind of got the average Joe looking concept design of Subaru in the anime of ReZero. At least that was the final product, because, it would give Subaru more room for characterization to become strong in order to live in this world. Because if Subaru just came into this world already strong as it is, there would be no conflict with the series. So seeing the change in that, just the little things that you get from the author was just pretty cool to see. In case any of you actually want to purchase the first volume of ReZero, I'll leave a link down in the description down below in case any of you actually want to check that out for yourself. Now, just to give my overall closing thoughts on this review, I thought that this light novel was awesome, and the anime is actually doing a really good job, adapting the original source material. The anime adapted the first 3 volumes of the first light novel of ReZero, and so far I didn't notice any differences. So the anime so far, for the first 3 episodes at least, has been completely faithful to the light novel. So with that said, I'm just glad that Yenon is, doing a fantastic job on translating these, and it seems like they're already working on ReZero's volumes 2 and 3. Can't wait until those come out, and I'm definitely going to be making more reviews for ReZero as those light novels end up getting out and getting released. So that about does it for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments down below on what you thought about this first light novel of ReZero, and also what do you think about the anime so far. Also, what did you think about this review? Did I do a good job? Let me know in the comments down below as well. And also, would you like to see more of these reviews? Just let me know your overall thoughts. And as always, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. It always helps out the channel. And if you want to stick up to date to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you will never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.